grab your popcorn, grab your decapitated head, get your butter, get your bag of blood. This is the 2022 edition of the 31 Days of Dread, where Peter A. DeLuca, AKAPAD, your boy here, the film buff, does one horror movie a day, and that's me talking. I'm your host. I'm not a vampire. I'm almost a zombie because I've just been doing nothing but watching these movies so I can discuss them all with you. But here it is, the 31 Days of Dread. Everyone, I am so excited to bring you these movies. We're doing modern day horror for the first time ever. We're barely even going to hit 2021. We're going to focus on 2022. So roll over in that coffin and let's go. AKA Patters, what is happening? I'm pumped. I'm pumped because we got Scream. Scream 6 is coming out. And we have a movie for you to watch before you watch Scream 6. Because the style of Scream is in this movie, and it's also by the guy that created Scream. His name is Kevin Williamson, and on this podcast, on all of this wonderful content that myself, Peter A. DeLuca, aka Pad the Film Buff, brings to you, through all of this content, we love Kevin Williamson. We have long dialogues about him, long diatribes. And why is that? Because it's simple. I was there when this guy came on the scene, and he blew me away. He created Scream, and then bang, it just seemed like he was all over the place. He was creating Dawson's Creek. He was writing, directing, teaching Miss Tingle, that he kind of forgoed Scream 3 for, and looking back, you kind of wish he completed the Scream trilogy his way. But people, I put this movie on just because I saw COVID and it was horror, and I kind of liked the thumbnail that was on Peacock, and I just said, well, you know what? It's 2022. I might as well, since we're so dedicated to horror movies in 2022. I know we're in 2023. So I just put it on. Within a couple minutes, I'm just watching this movie, and I'm just blown away. I'm blown away because there's not plot. There's not a lot of plot. It's just people dying, setting up characters, but everything we see, it feels right. It feels natural. It's just fun to watch, and it's not bad. You're just, again, and it's because it's not bad, you're interested and you're engaged, and you kind of fall for and you follow the characters. But then along the way, we have like ghost face type killers killing people. And here we go. We're at a mystery. What's happening? Why are people dying? Why is this movie connected to COVID? We get our hook at the end. We get amazing deaths. We have, what's this guy's? I always forget this guy's name. He directed a movie, John Hyams. Okay, so he directed 2 of these Universal Soldier movies sequels. Okay, 2 Universal Soldier sequels, the Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren franchise. And there's 3 separate timelines that stem from that original movie. Guys, I'm not going to get into it. One of those timelines ends with 2 movies. Universal Soldier Regeneration 2009. And then we get to Universal Soldier Day of Reckoning 2012. I'm not joking when I say that these are some of the most visceral, tough, make you angry action movies, because it deals with violence, it deals with children getting killed, it deals with home invasion, imagery that sticks with you. It's things you wouldn't expect to be in a straight to DVD or straight to video franchise spin-off, but it's there, and it's so well put there by John Hyams. He makes Scott Adkins into one of the best antagonists. I mean, you just want this guy to murder everyone that did him wrong in Universal Day of Reckoning. Do not sleep on those movies. The film buff, Peter A. DeLuca here, says so. And look, and if you're not into, like, basically, well, okay, here we go. What I'm trying to say is that's what the film buff does. We get these veins, we get these filmmakers, we get these ideas, and we bring them to you. And this is a slowly growing podcast, a slowly growing network, because we're just not obsessed with endless Marvel movies and endless movie news. I try not to do like the hot button stuff, but being able to talk to you about Universal Soldier Day of Reckoning, Universal Soldier Regeneration, And I'm going to assume he's there for other movies. I just have to get into him. I know he made a movie called Skin Trade, another action movie that popped up a lot to me. But a movie like Sick is important. It's important because it's not promoted. It's sitting there on stream, waiting for you to find it, waiting for you to have fun with it. And if you're into Scream and the action and the way how Ghostface acts before he, as they're trying to get the victim, and the victim being slippery and kind of over the top counter violence to Ghostface, meaning there's a great shot here where the killer runs around the corner and he just gets smashed with antlers because they're at this lodge, they're at this log cabin in the woods. And it's a great setup for what happens later with those antlers. But that's what I'm talking about. And it's a little bit, we can call it the Scream style. It's the Kevin Williamson, Wes Craven Scream style. I would kind of put the stunt coordinator and the stuntmen in that. I just don't know them off the top of my head when it comes to the Scream movies. But this movie is a guarantee. This movie is a great watch. This movie hypes you up for Scream 6 that I literally cannot wait for, because why not? I get it. Two things can be true at the same time. As much as I want new things, I want some of the old stuff spoon-fed to me. And it goes back and forth until the end of time. But people, I don't want to just get into this movie too much. But it has a great hook, great explanation. We somewhat agree with the people who are orchestrating these deaths. We simply, we feel sorry for them. We root for the heroes. Good deaths, awesome characters, and I'm sorry, attractive people. Dare I say it? Are we not allowed to say that anymore? Check out Sick. It's on stream. You can probably get a free trial for Scream. Sick 2022, written by Kevin Williamson and directed by John Hyams, who is a master. AKAPAD here, the film buff. I love you. The future of film is horror, and thanks for all of that, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with me. Getting back to my point there, the future is horror. The future of cinema is horror. So everyone here, and I've never ever in all these years, I've never made this request, but everyone that we highlight, every single filmmaker, male, female, ghoul, goblin, you know the drill. But check them out. Find them on a streaming platform. I usually highlight how I watch these movies on which platform, even if I rented it or bought it, so you guys know a little bit of the price range. It's important that we support all of these movies and all of these filmmakers, because they are the future. The future is horror. Thanks for hanging out.